Coldest of Takes.
Mike.
Yo, John, what's happening, my guy?
I am excited, Mike. How about you?
Dude, the feeling is mutual. Very excited. It's a big time for us right now.
It's huge.
I mean, for all sports fans.
You know, I was thinking about this, Mike. It's Christmas morning for us, thinking of like last year at this time. You know, we got the Masters running, we got the Frozen Four going, baseball, basketball. I mean, Mike, we're cooking in sports world. I love it.
Oh, for sure, dude. We just came off the, March Madness and everything like that, too. Like, it's so much sports. I feel like if you're a fan of, sports or, you're athlete in general, like, it didn't feel like this last year. So it's pretty cool. You love to see it.
Mike, you do love to see it, but you know what else we love to see? It's the Coldest of Takes.
That's right. And this is the Coldest of Takes podcast. Another new episode tonight. Podcast available wherever podcasts can be found. I'm one of your hosts, Mike. Follow me on Twitter at @ST_Katzer. And then John, tell the people where you're at.
My name is John J. Pat on Twitter and Instagram, Johnny Wick on Instagram, actually. And Coldest of Takes everywhere. Like everywhere you can listen to a podcast, you could find us talking about everything from anything you want to do. That's my boy, best friends forever. And
that's
Mike,
right.
I got to start with something. We didn't talk about this with the Final Four. What are your thoughts about that? Was Baylor that good?
I guess, they were, like a top team for much of the season. They were pretty consistent. So, like, their ranking, was indicative of that. And, Gonzaga just proved to be, typical Gonzaga. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like, that championship game just, like, proved just, like, how good Baylor was. Like, they had some one of their only losses of the whole season was to Kansas on the road, like, in Kansas and stuff like that. So, like, very tough schedule. Baylor was very, very good. Big things out there in Waco. And the women's team was, like, pretty good too as well.
Right. And before we get to the women's bracket, because I couldn't believe UConn lost. I thought they had it this year. But, like, I am never, and I'm saying it on this podcast right now, I'm very passionate about this. I am never, ever, ever in my life betting on Gonzaga again. I'm done. I'm canceling Gonzaga. Okay, they're done. They're frauds. Everything about them stinks. They have a miracle destiny Cinderella shot the game before and then put up a dud in the final. So I'm done with them. I'm out. I had Gonzaga -5. Clearly not something that happened.
No, I mean, I couldn't believe they were that much of a favorite, to be honest, going into that game. Like, I thought Baylor had, like, a great showing throughout the tournament, just, like, kind of dominating. So I was kind of surprised at how big that line was and, like, how much, people were down. I mean, the public was just heavy on Gonzaga. They were like, it's their, it's Gonzaga's time. And I was kind of buying into it a little bit. I was like, oh, geez, Gonzaga. I remember, they've been trying to do something for a long time. Let's see if we can get one here. But ran into a buzzsaw.
You know what they are? They're the Sergio Garcia of college basketball right now. Before he won the Masters, they're going to eventually win one, but not yet. You're going to have to wait 20 years, and they're only in year like 12. Speaking of the Masters,
right? What you did there?
Mike, do you see what I did there?
Hey, I like that. We like seamless.
So what do you got, Mike? The first round of the Masters, for the people who don't know,
Shoot.
Mike is a huge golf guy. He's the guy. He's our go-to when it comes to anything golf. Because he's a good player, a scratch golfer. He's humble about it, but he's really fucking good. And this is our time. Like, this is the Masters nap I'm going to take on Saturday. This is our stuff, Mike. What do you got for me on the first round?
Heck yeah. And, can't stress this enough about yourself as well. I mean, I guess we're big, stick sports podcast here. Me being the golf guy, you being the hockey guy. Both, showing out and what we do. Big hand-eye coordination out here. And those sports, very difficult. to do. But we're having fun, and the Masters, dude, what a time, man! I just like something happens, if you're a fan of golf during this time, it feels just like that. Some of the everyday concerns and worries kind of just like fall to the wayside a little bit during Masters week. You got a little bit more pep in your step. You make sure you have some Arnold Palmer around. You got a lot of good things going on. For this week, like you said, the Masters nap, the tranquil music. It's like we've all been there on YouTube. Can't sleep some night. You're like, oh man, I gotta throw on some meditation. I guess all you really need to do is throw on, the Masters music, and you'll be right there.
Mike, I can't have, and it's spring to me when I hear Jim Nance come in. Hello, friends. I mean, it's so welcoming. Mike, I'm actually drinking a John Daly right now.
See, there you go.
Shout out to anybody who knows what a John Daly is.
Yeah, dude, you gotta drink some sort of golf beverage, whether it's a golf alcoholic beverage, non-alcoholic beverage, whatever. You need to have some sort of beverage this weekend that has been named after a golfer. It's only right.
And Mike, let's talk about the players today.
Yeah, dude. I think
what surprised you? Give me what was the biggest surprise and your biggest disappointment. How about that?
I would say I was surprised to see like the spectrum in scoring, because I'm not gonna say I'm surprised to see Justin Thomas coming out here firing birdies left and right. Putting up 7 under par on day one, like that's pretty impressive. But I will say there's been a few guys just like all over the place on the leaderboard, and I would say the course plays a lot tougher now. Like last year, last November, sure, that was fun, but it wasn't the Masters. It wasn't, the whole spiel. I was watching some footage back, over the past couple of weeks. More than the past couple of weeks. If you ever want to watch fantastic golf, watch Dustin Johnson Saturday at the Masters from last year. But when you watch those highlights, you'll also notice that it was dead silent, the whole time. And, we know the Masters gets quiet, but there's just something about like having that presence of the patrons there, the pimento sandwiches, like the camaraderie of it all, like the wind gusting and everything. It just like, the commentary and everything, made it more of a pageantry last year. Right. But you strip all of that away and you're just watching it. Wow. It's just like, it feels like you're back in like 1947, but even in 1947, they had people there. So I think the tournament in its whole, John, I think it's going to play harder, but we're seeing guys be really aggressive. And I think that's why, Justin Rose was able to, go 7 under par today, because it seems like every single guy has this uber level of confidence now, and then they're gunning.
Mike, they're out there gunning, and I got to tell you, I was obviously Justin Rose being 4, above the next two guys in Harmon and Matsuyama. That's I'm just 65 in the first round of Masters. You're setting the pace. You're setting a goal. You're really, and this is a guy who's won the Olympics.
Right. Can't count this guy out.
Yeah, no. Justin Rose knows what he's doing.
Exactly.
So that was my biggest surprise. My biggest disappointment, though, Mike. All right. So you got yours first.
Yeah. Yeah. And then the other thing, dude, that I wanna mention before my biggest disappointment is just how it's so spectacular. Like for the traditional scoring average for the first day is anywhere from like 2 to 4. Okay, so for a guy to go 7, That's pretty good. Now, will it be there on Sunday? I don't know. But I like, Justin Rose to hang around more than, the next guy. I will say that I think it's going to be very competitive. I think the course is playing extremely fast, and then the weekend forecast will make it become even faster. Now, with all that being said, John, biggest disappointment is Tiger Woods not being there. Like that absolutely stinks.
I love where you're going with that, Mike, because my biggest thing is Ricky Fowler not being there.
That absolutely stinks as well. It stinks. And then what also stinks is like Jason Day shooting 5 over, Lee Westwood shooting 4 over. Like it all stinks. I can't have Jason Day shooting 5 over day 1, but we got day 2 at least.
And for the people who don't know, Mike has been a Jason Day fan forever.
Yes.
That's you, as they say on PTI, like that's your boy.
100% my boy. I thought the writing was on the wall. We were like, oh man, Jason Day, 2011. I remember 2011 sitting there watching Jason Day almost win and come in second and all these things. Jason Day, good golfer. My guy, my favorite golfer. Can't stress that enough. But I don't know if he can come back from where he's at.
He's a little too far gone, and 7 is tough because you got to remember the tournament. So basically, if you're already up 7 in the Masters, you can basically eliminate everybody who's not even par.
Right. Oh, I'm glad you brought that up, dude. So last year I believe it was Brooks Koepka. He was interviewed. I'm not sure if it was at the Masters or the PGA or something. Remember when Brooks Koepka was on an absolute tear?
Yes.
Okay, so he came out and said something where he was like, I am so confident in my game. I expect to win week in, week out. But to me, it's almost easier to win majors because I can eliminate like 35 to 50 players basically after the first and second day. Like, he knows that there's only a few golfers out there that are mentally and physically like beyond. And I thought what Brooks Koepka said last year kind of correlates to kind of what you're saying. Like, you come out there, you make some mental mistakes, you unforced errors, you're done, dude. There's no coming back from that. Like, make it, hopefully.
Like, I just counted, okay, from the first round of the Masters. And I know, again, we're Monday morning quarterbacking it. Obviously it's the Masters, anything could happen. Yeah. Rose can come out shoot 80 tomorrow.
Right, exactly.
It could happen.
So we don't know, dude. The wind on the 12th hole like swirls all the time. Yeah. Like you never know. You never know what it's gonna play like. But the cool thing, John, is that it's always at this course. Like there's no other major that is at this course, and it can give players fits. You know what I mean? Like, you can have majors at a course that hasn't been seen before. They throw that into the mix every now and then. Justin Thomas came out and said something a while back that I've heard when he shows up to a golf course that he hasn't ever played, he doesn't expect to shoot par, like he doesn't expect to have like a super fantastic round. He just expects to, learn the course. So like the first time you play it is a lot different than the fourth time you play it. There's probably no other course on the United States, especially one when you think about the more majestic courses, right? They're all on the ocean, okay? They're all vacation, Kiawah Island, Pebble Beach, Torrey Pines, you name it. We're in Augusta, Georgia, surrounded. We're in a grove of trees. Every hole's named after a plant, and it gives the players fits year after year because of how each hole is set up. It's fan-freaking-tastic.
Mike, I got something for you, all right? And I'm going to get your thoughts on this. So I just looked it up. There are 19 players even. So there are 19 players who are even or above or below, if you want to be technical about it. So 19 players from even to Justin Rose, okay? So to me, that's the tournament right now, to your point. Like where Brooks Koepka said, like, I can eliminate 35 guys. So if you're -7 first day, anybody who's plus, you're done. You're not going to win. And even the last guy at even, Mike, is John Rowe. And he's my boy. But I got to keep an eye out here. Justin Spieth -1 scares me. He's been playing well. He got his first, he's playing, like you said, he's playing confident. He got his first win since 2017. He had the ultimate meltdown at the Masters. Mike, I'm going to predict it right now. This is my cold take. Spieth comes back and wins it.
I mean, that would be huge. That is an extremely cold take. We'll run that back next week. When we do some post recap. Spieth, Jordan Spieth is very good. Okay, and you bringing up a great point about how he did have that meltdown at the Masters. He's also won a Masters. Jordan Spieth is one of those guys that has done pretty much everything that you can do at the Masters, and he's only 27. So, I think this dude could definitely be a guy to vault up the leaderboard. It's gonna have some. We got 3 more days of golf. We know. Yeah. It's gonna come down to the wire, But at the same token, Justin Rose can come out the next few days, shoot 5 under, 4 under,
yeah,
and then we're talking about him setting a record on Sunday. So, man, I don't know. It's tough. Justin Rose made it very difficult by going, above average today. 3 under is that like average thing, and so now we're in a new era of golf.
So, Mike, in this new era of golf, who we got the younger guys coming up. Justin Rose is what? He's like 34, right, or something like 35. Like he's a little bit older than us, but not too much older than us, I think. So he kind of in that threshold of the Rory McIlroys, the Spieths, the Fowlers of the world, Justin Thomases of the world. And the greatest thing I think about golf, Mike, and I think about this all the time, is you can still have those young guys pair up against a Phil Mickelson, a Tiger Woods, a Ernie Els.
Right.
Like you could have them pair up against it, and then Tom Watson, for example. Like some days or some tournament, they're just going to beat you, man. Because golf is it's the course, it's the time. It doesn't matter your age.
No.
It just matters your preparation.
Yeah, it's your preparation, the rhythm, the win. It's a million different things. Your attitude, your technique. You wake up. You have the right scrambled eggs for breakfast or something. I don't know.
I'm just thought of something, Mike. All right. To get off of sports for a second, you talked about breakfast sandwiches. Okay. And I heard a little debate on the internet. What is the best breakfast sandwich? Can you give me the top 3 breakfast sandwiches right now?
Top 3 breakfast sandwich is like an English muffin with an over easy egg and like a piece of bacon. It doesn't get much better than that. I will take this stance right now and say if you have to eat it, you can only eat a bagel maybe first thing in the morning because it's way too much bread. Like you have a bagel at the wrong time, like you are putting yourself in a hole, bro, because you will fall asleep.
Okay, I see what you're saying. So you're gonna go English muffin first for the first one. All right, I got one for you. All right, I like to your point. If I'm gonna be hungover or something on a Saturday or on the Masters nap, see what I did there? I will have a bacon, egg, and cheese on an everything bagel.
Yeah, see, there you go.
And you're right. Little hot sauce on top of that, and I'm out for taking a nap. And if you get a little hash browns on the side, that's always. So what's your number 2, Mike? You got the English muffin. I'm going bagel. What do you got for number 2?
Texas toast something.
Ooh.
Either grilled, like a grilled cheese or something.
Wow, that's a wild card. I didn't even think of the Texas toast.
Dang.
That's it.
I don't know how many breakfast sandwiches are, so I'm like racking my brain here.
No, I got you here. So I got number 2 is, like you said, you don't want to do too heavy. I'm still sticking bacon, egg, and cheese, but I'm going on a croissant.
Oh, croissant. Croissant.
And
Dude.
I'm getting it from Dunkin', because that's a lazy sandwich.
Right. Honestly, you can't go wrong with a croissant.
It's got that flaky, it's gonna make a mess. By the way, don't eat it in your car. But that's the one where you bring it back and you're like, I still got shit to do today, but I gotta eat something, and that's a good base for you. So, like, number 1 breakfast sandwich you can think of now, I set you up for the one that you should have.
Dude, I don't know. I definitely don't have that one.
A breakfast burrito, Mike.
Okay. I was gonna say a breakfast burrito of sorts. Because I feel like you get the burrito bread. You get you get a little carb, little protein from the wrap. And then the same 3 ingredients, but in a burrito.
Yeah. Now, like, the reason I said all of this was actually I had a back intention on this, is that the number 1 sandwich I have is, and I want the listeners to understand this, is the Patter Wish.
I mean, you gotta patent this, bro. You gotta come out.
What do you know about the Patter Wish? I literally can throw an H on the end of my name, and I can beat Jimmy Dean any day of the week.
We gotta get you. We gotta get that marketed, and we gotta get you making commercials.
Yeah, no, I've already applied for the trademark. We're good. And the Patter Witch, Mike, is obviously a bacon, egg, and cheese. Okay, and the bread delivery system doesn't matter unless it's a burrito. It can't go in a burrito.
Right.
Okay. So I always put it on an everything bagel, and so I got an everything bagel, bacon, egg, and cheese. Mike, this is where it gets. This is where we're gonna get into it. We got the grilled peppers and onions. Gotta have the grilled peppers and onions. Little sauté, if you will. Right?
Yeah. Definitely need that.
Now, Mike, here's the kicker, though, of the sandwich is you're putting the hash browns, the square hash browns, on the sandwich, top it off with a little Tabasco, put some butter on each side of the bagel. Oh, baby.
I like that. I mean, it sounds like a very efficient use of all the top breakfast options.
Right. So I call it the Patter Witch. It's patent. It's actually, like, I entered that sandwich in a contest at UMass oh Christ, what the hell was the name of it? Newman Center Cafe, which is right next to the Iceberg School of Business there. And they have a March Madness sandwich off between students who pick the sandwich, and then that sandwich wins for the year. And if you look on the wall, they got how they get the chalk, the black blackboard with the chalk on it.
Yeah.
So they have like the 2018 winner. It's like a honey barbecue sandwich, which was actually fire. And then like they name them all, but I got the Patter Witch named up there.
I mean, you have to, man. That is a huge accomplishment. That's a huge accomplishment, bro. That's almost like on this level as you getting a degree from there. Like you having your name on the board where all the drunk kids go and get like some Sammys when they're coming back from doing whatever they're doing. Like you're a hero of the night or of the morning.
So it's more of the morning because like they didn't have any breakfast sandwiches on the wall, and I was like, I can do this. I can make a sandwich.
This is my calling.
I kept ordering it every day from there when I went like wicked hungover because that's about 9,000 calories in the sandwich.
Yeah, it sounds about that,
So I got in, I won the championship there, and I just gotta tell you, Mike, it was for the people. It was not for me. It was for the people. They needed to know that the pattern exists. And I'm just glad about it. But I wanted to bring up UMass because, Mike, we're fighting tonight.
Oh, huge fight tonight. But before we talk about UMass hockey, this question came to mind. Now, this happened, pre this was pre-COVID. So there was this breakfast place. Went with my girlfriend. Got bacon. Okay, now I don't eat pork all the time. I've really slowed down on that. But this bacon, right? It's not your ordinary bacon. It's like maple glazed like bacon, like candied bacon. It was like this. It was some intense flavored bacon. Now my question to you is, can you handle something like that, like this maple glazed encrusted double cooked bacon? Like, does that sound appeasing to you, or are you just like, I need just regular bacon, make it in the pan, just simple?
Okay, so this is a cop out answer that I'm going to give you because I like all my bacon burnt.
Okay, so okay, no, that's not a cop out. I feel like that's like a normal. That's how most people, I would say, choose their bacon.
So, but that okay, this is now you got me thinking. Now, oh no, my wheel's spinning now. You remember what was that sandwich that McDonald's had with the maple syrup in the middle of it?
The McGriddle.
The McGriddle. Okay.
McGriddle.
So imagine instead of the bread being the delivery system for the maple syrup, why not just glaze it on the bacon, right? And that way it's not as explosive and you still get the flavor. So, I think McDonald's kind of missed one on that. Swing and a miss. I think you could have just glazed the bacon with the maple. Because I like the taste. Do you like the maple though?
Occasionally. I feel like it's like a delicacy. Like, there's times when I just want to eat breakfast, and then there's I feel like you're gonna get sticky, eating that bacon, like with all that maple syrup on it. Like I don't know. It's like it's a highbrow bacon breakfast.
I was saying this to my girlfriend the other day, that when you watch a cop movie and they always be in a diner or whatever, a cop show or whatever, any kind of show, that bacon, egg, and toast that they always have on the scene looks like the best breakfast I've ever had. And I don't know why, and it's always on TV, but do you feel the same way? Because I see those, meals on these cop shows and shit. There's particularly cop shows. I don't know why, but they always be in the diner for coffee, and they always have a really good breakfast. They never touch, they don't eat it, and they leave.
It infuriates you, and it's real food. Now you should do an experiment. Like, you watch these shows, and then you should do an experiment. Am I going to these diners and places more because I'm watching this? Maybe.
But we gotta talk about you.
Yes.
For a little bit. Now, what are your thoughts on the 4 players, including our starting goalie and guy who just had a hat trick in our last game, being sidelined for COVID?
Man, it's tough. Tough to see. But that was the rules, the protocols. That's what UMass signed up for. It stinks. It absolutely stinks. But I'm just gonna choose to believe in the players we got. Carville is setting the tone, and I feel like he's been real professional about the whole thing, especially this, because it absolutely stinks. Like, these guys worked hard. They balled out for the whole season, and it stinks. You get on the doorstep and you can't play this. It's like they're pretty much a powerhouse, right? Minnesota. Like, Minnesota is like the hockey state now of the United States, and it's probably been like that for a long time. But Minnesota has been there consistently, and we're starting to become a wagon. So if we can go out there tonight, down these 4 dudes, and Lindbergh, the goalie, stellar season. Okay, he's shown out, but Murray isn't a slouch either. And we brought up because we're in the Frozen Four. Okay, the season's over. Our emergency backup goal is the equipment manager. Shout out to all my equipment managers out there. doing things. Okay, we all, dude, for the equipment room and being with the athlete, awesome gig. This guy gets to be the emergency backup goalie for tonight. He's going to be the backup to Murray, and the man is from Ludlow, and and now he'll be the only dude this year that's from Western Mass on the team. So it's pretty sick. So I feel like it bodes well for UMass tonight. I think Murray's going to stand on its head. I hope we can run this back next week, and we could be right.
Mike, I'm with you 100%, except I disagree with you that Minnesota's a hockey state, and this is why, okay? UMass is in the hardest division in college hockey, and anybody who argues that doesn't know college hockey. The Hockey East is the hardest conference.
No, I didn't say that the Hockey East isn't the hardest conference. I just said the state effectively is a hockey state.
Right, that's what I'm getting to your point though.
Oh, okay.
If you look at the Frozen Four, it's 3 Minnesota teams and 1 other team. So yes, Minnesota owns hockey right now in college. Like they have enough leagues now.
Yeah, what's up with that?
That these guys are crushing it. And shout out to the teams like AIC who they win their league and they make the playoffs. Man. I mean, the hockey is like a best of 16. It's kind of what college football should be, to be honest with you.
Ooh.
Let's have the MAC play the winner of the WAC or something, or the winner of the Pac-12 or something, right?
Right.
Every conference champion gets a chance to play the playoffs, and that's what hockey is. Did I just fix college football? Holy shit. I think I might have.
I think you did, man. I mean, that sounds fair. Objectively, that does sound really fair.
Right? You win a conference, you're in Division I, you get a playoff game. Whatever it is, figure out the brackets and the teams and whatever leagues, whatever. But if you win your conference, you should be able to play in a playoff game, right? I think that's just fair. All around the board. Anyway, my point being, UMass, Murray, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't he the goalie when they went to the national championship, Mike? Am I wrong there? Or
Murray's a senior, so probably.
I think so, because he's been drafted by the Sharks, which Pittsburgh or something. No, Pittsburgh already has a Matt Murray. That's why. But they've been. This guy's been drafted. He's going in the NHL.
Yeah, the thing with Murray was not to cut you off. I'm sorry, but the thing with Murray, I think, was UMass kept getting other goalies coming in as well, and these guys, I guess, were like coming and going. Like Murray's good. So like and to your point, like he's gonna be in the NHL.
Yeah. So I love the way the program is going, and Mike, I love that you mentioned it. A wagon, baby. We are a wagon. I'm excited for this game. I'm more excited than I have for anything because honestly, our Boston team stink, Mike, right now, except the Bruins.
Yeah,
so we got to be playing hockey for a while.
Yeah, the Celtics, man, they're trying.
This league, Mike, I'm telling you, this league. I can't. Is Brooklyn going to win? The Lakers are like the 5th seed right now. What is going on? I mean, do we trust the Jazz to be good?
The Suns.
The Suns. I mean, this league, Mike.
This friggin' league, dude. The Nets are kind of scary, man, because like all they really need to do is like play defense like one time, and they'll be right there.
Yeah.
The Lakers. I think they got a tough. The Western Conference seems like the toughest it's ever been.
You think like objectively it might be? Because I know a lot of people are kind of shitting on it, saying like, "Oh, it's super teams and all this." Like, what do you think about this league right
now? Dude, this league has always been like that, dude. It's always been like that. Even in the 90s and the years that Jordan was away from the game, the Houston Rockets, they won a title, and one of the only reasons why they won the title is because they traded for Clyde Drexler like midway through the season.
Ooh, what a throwback!
So like it happens across like decades, but I don't know. Like it's hard to win. It seems extremely hard to win in sports now. The way the game has the way the game has evolved, because it's like a 3-point shooting game now. It's like a percentage game, and it's almost like it's like when I watch the Celtics, dude. I think not to just put them on blast like this, but like the Celtics to me, they start shooting threes, right? Because you got to shoot threes now. I don't have a problem with them shooting threes. The problem is when they start missing threes, they're like, oh shoot, we're missing threes. We got to take even more threes, and it doesn't often work. Whereas other teams, like their field goal percentage is just like off the charts or something like that. But
I got a question for you, like moving off sports, right? Just kind of a hard left here. I was thinking about this the other day.
Okay.
So you ever played the 50 states game? Where like somebody gives you a map and you have to, you got 2 minutes or just a sheet of paper and you got to name all 50 states in a crunch time.
Yeah. We were talking about like the capitals and stuff. The other podcast. Yeah, I'm very familiar with these games. Yes.
So here's what I was thinking, and that's because the other podcast got me thinking. I bet you could name 50 Lil Wayne songs before you could name 50 states.
Probably.
Right?
Probably. Lil Wayne's got one of the most extensive categories. Like you could ask some random person on the street. Like how like Jimmy Kimmel, like on the late night, whatever, he sometimes he'll like go down on Hollywood Boulevard or whatever, and talk to random people, ask them to be like, hey, like what did you think of this, and it'll just be like a completely made up person, made up movie or something, and they'll be like, oh yeah, it was amazing, blah 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 blah. So I could totally see that happening with this.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like I just thought of something like silly like that. Like you could probably name 50, and if you want to make the question just bigger, is you could probably name 50 things of, an artist or like Beyonce songs or something. You know what I mean? Like, and name that before you can name 50 states. I think I just because the 50 states people they don't get it right away, but the songs would be like, oh yeah, bang bang bang, you name the top 10 out of nowhere.
Right. It's like. It's like remember that game on your like old iPod? It was called like Music Quiz, and it quizzed you on your own music library. I loved playing that. I loved playing that game because I was like, I should know every song that I have. Like I'm doing a disservice to my own music if I don't know.
Wow! Like I can't believe you brought that up. I used to do that
from the depths.
Wow, that's the name of the podcast right there. Music Quiz. That would be shout out to because they would give you like a 5-second clip. They'd be like, hey, is this blah blah blah, and you're like, oh shit, I don't remember, or where's this lyric from? You're like, what? And what a great.
That was always pretty solid.
It's gonna age us there, like real fast.
Yeah, dude, it's all relative. It's all relative. I gotta ask you a question quickly.
Sure.
Let's say I got really good at like coding on the internet, right? And let's say I came up with, this fantastic looking purple like Harambe walking through like the majestic internet with like lasers all around it. And I was like, hey John, I'm gonna come out and I'm gonna sell this thing, this spectacular thing that nobody can else buy, but I'm gonna let you possibly own this first. How much are you willing to pay for my hypothetical purple diamond Harambe NFT token?
What's less than $0? Seriously, dude. Like, I know where you're going, and I know what you're saying, and I just like, what are we doing?
Bro, I saw this. I've seen like a lot more of these NFTs, man, and every time I'm just like, holy moly, bro! Like, I can't believe somebody's spending like 5 G's on this.
I mean, that's kind of like FU money. Like, if you have money to spend on that, you have FU money. You don't have regular people problems,
right?
Because that is like you're buying.
Yeah. My diamond crusted purple Harambe with lasers.
Like, you know what it makes me think of is when you were like wicked high in somebody's basement at like 16, and you're like, yo, what if we could have Pokemon cards but on like the internet, but like it's not the real card.
Yeah, it's blowing up. All right, so my next question to quick get off this, because we got a hockey game to watch. Justin Fields to the Patriots. Do you think it happens? Who are the Patriots? We're getting close to the draft. A few weeks away. Getting very close. Eagles, real quick. We got 4 of the first 84 picks. Like, that's not too shabadoo. But the original question, Justin Fields, Patriots, is that a fit?
No.
Okay, you're gonna stay on. That was a test, because for everybody that's ever listened to this pod, we're backing up Cam Newton right now. He deserves to be the starter. The Patriots deserve to do something else with their draft pick and maybe go shop elsewhere.
So here's my thought, Mike, and I know a lot of people. Stidham is never going to be the starting quarterback. We've already decided that he's on the roster because we got nobody else, and we can just fulfill his contract and not re-sign him, and then we don't have to worry about that. What they're going to do is they're going to build around. They're going to build something for the guy after Cam Newton, but Cam Newton is so goddamn talented that you can build something without catering to Cam Newton because he's so adaptable, because he can run and throw. Because people are like really shit about how bad his arm was last year. Like, dude, you just had shoulder surgery like 12 months ago, no training camp. Like, what do you expect from the guy? And then he had COVID. So, like, obviously he's not healthy. Give me a healthy Cam Newton this year with a couple of offensive linemen or defensive rushers or linebackers. That's what the Patriots need. They don't need another quarterback. We're not winning the Super Bowl next year, guys. I'm sorry to Patriots fans. I'm very sorry. And I'm the biggest homer, like you know. And again, we're going to win game 1 in September. I'm going to be like, this is the greatest team of all time. And, I'm absolutely going to say that. But, no, guys, we need to build an interior, build a defense. And what does Bill get it? Do best, right? What does Billy Belichick do best? Builds the defense, right?
Right.
Stephon Gilmore wants to re-sign with the Patriots, and I think that's indicative of the fact that they have a plan that he's in on.
Okay, here's the plan. Are you ready? Okay. Ready for the plan? Ready for the plan? Gilmore, South Carolina guy. One of the top-rated cornerbacks in this draft is a dude from South Carolina. His name's J.C. Horn. Patriots select him first round if he's available. If he's available, yeah, because he's a stud. Like I've heard of him. They're like secondary top guys. He's one of the dudes. I wouldn't mind though if we're talking offense, Mike, in a sexy position, right? Yeah. Give me the sexy pick.
Because so if I had to pick the Patriots, 16 or 15 or whatever they are, the sexy pick that they would make, a splash pick, if you will, on offense would either be wide receiver, obviously quarterback, and running back. I would love for that running back from Alabama, Harris,
right.
And that would be my sexy pick.
He'll be an absolute beast.
And him and other running back from Alabama, pretty good. And Burkhead and White, I think that would be with the Cam Newton running and kind of dump pass option offense.
Right.
Why not, dude? And people are I don't understand Patriots fans who are like, oh no, like this is never gonna work. It's like, dude, Josh McDaniels took Tim Tebow to win a playoff game. And he knows what to do to make an offense with a guy like that work. So why not give Cam Newton all the weapons? I mean, Smith would be amazing if he dropped to the Patriots, but that's never happening. So the running back would be my sexy pick.
Yeah, no, I like that, and I think that other dude Chase is going to be stud this year. I think whatever team gets him will be very good.
What about the Eagles, Mike? You're at 6. So what do we got to do for Jalen Hurts?
Well, 6 we traded down. We're 12.
Oh, you're 12 now.
12 now.
That's right.
We got the picks. I don't know. I think I've seen a couple things. I've seen a scenario where we'll trade with the Bears and we'll trade out of the 12th pick, go to the 16th pick or something like that. I don't know what the Eagles are doing, but I think they're trying to see if their guy is going to fall. I think, and I think they want to see. I think it's going to be one of those guys. Like if any of those dudes, those like top tier dudes, like start to slip, the Eagles might nab them.
So you think? Okay, so like you think that the Eagles traded down because they know their guy ain't going to be picked before that, so they can get a couple of picks from another team, right?
I think so. I think there's a ton of volatility at the top end of the draft because there's so much like uncertainty. Like we had last year, right? But we didn't have before that, and I think it seems like more than some other years. It seems like there's some chaos. It seems like there's a lot of receivers. And I think, the Eagles are in a kind of good spot to kind of shape and see, where it's at. Now, John, I gotta say this also before we get out of here. I saw a workout video of Derrick Henry recently. The dude is an absolute monster. This guy was on, one of those exercise balls, right? He was like on one, so he's in the powerlifting box, right? He's got the exercise balls on his like shins, bouncing on that. Then he's got a rubber band thing, connected on the rack, okay, and he's got a like weighted chain, around his neck, and dude is just going ham sandwich. It was incredible. To see if Najee Harris, running back from Alabama,
my boy,
if he slips in this draft and the Tennessee Titans draft him,
oh my god,
oh my word, we're gonna have some old school football.
I'm scared if that happens because Mike, you're right, because Tannehill is such a handoff quarterback.
Right.
That he can make the throws. We all know that. And they got Brown, who was a very good wide receiver. So, I don't know, but that's a good point, Mike. And Tennessee's drafted what?
They were in the playoffs, so they'll be in the later 20s. But I don't know. And Harris could go anywhere from like 16. I don't know. I don't think any of the top 10 teams are. It seems like the front half of this draft is wide receiver, quarterback, tackle, and Kyle Pitts.
Yeah, edge rushers too.
Right.
They're going to be one edge guy who they're going to take, and I haven't looked that much into it yet. Right. But
yes.
Like it's just going to be a lot of fun. And the fun part about it is on this podcast, like you and I get to see the rebuild of two teams that have very recently won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Yeah, and at the end of the day, it's gonna be really fun. John, any more fun things to wrap up? Put a ball in this pod for this week.
I just want to let everybody know that I'm very excited right now. Very positive energy from everybody I've felt. I've talked to. Everybody's looking to get back. And I just want everybody to keep a good attitude about things.
Yeah.
And I think that it's not that hard if you choose a little. It's gonna be hard on the inside, but try to make so like. I make a list of things to do to accomplish, right? Like every day. So I got to do this. I got to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Check them off, right? When you go to the grocery store, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so you go to the grocery store and you have your list. And after you check everything off, you're like, oh, God damn it, I nailed it. I got everything I needed.
Right.
And you want, like, that feeling of accomplishment. And I feel like a lot of people are now getting that back. And I try to remember that myself, that you can do that in your regular life. And I'm not philosophizing.
No, but John, you are speaking the truth, man. Let me spin your wheels on this. It goes with exactly what you're saying. I think you might appreciate this. Okay, if this is a term, the term is called ant. Okay, we don't want to have we want to step on these ants, bro. We want to get these ants out of here. Okay, we don't like them. And what does ant stand for? It means automatic negative thoughts. Okay, too many times in life, shit happens, and you immediately go negative. Immediately, don't even give it a half a second. Shit is rough sometimes, but just absolutely rough. Okay, and you may be in every ounce of right to be pissed off and sad and stuff, but trust me when I say you kind of remember that we got to eliminate some automatic negative thoughts. Might start to create some positive change.
Yeah. And I like that, Mike. Instead of looking at negative, look for solutions, okay? It might be hard to make the solutions in your head right away, depending on what you're doing, but look for a solution. You're going to be, it's a better way to look at it than just immediately going negative. I love that mindset, Mike.
Hell yeah.
With that, we are going to let the people know where we're at, Mike.
Ooh, man, I am on the wagon right now. I'm headed to the Frozen Four. We are doing big things. This is a Coldest of Takes podcast. Doesn't get colder than the Coldest of Takes. Find me on Twitter at st_catcher. Podcast available everywhere. John, I hope you enjoy the freaking game tonight, man. I love you, bro.
I love you too. Hey, Frozen 4, Coldest of Takes. It's going to be a better pairing. I've never seen it.
That's right, man. I'll talk to you soon.
Love you, man.
Hey, love you too, man. Take it easy. Peace. Oh, man. Coldest of Takes. All right, peace.